Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I was just obsessively watching the countdown timer for Ludum Dare 45 start date. Here, you want to take a look? 3, 2, 1. I'm about to check their Twitter to find out what the theme is. There's 15 possible themes, and I have an idea for almost all of those. There's only one that I don't have a good idea for whatsoever, and I really don't want it to be the theme, but the rest I'm super pumped for. Let's take a look. That was the only theme I didn't want to win. I realize some of you might not know what Ludum Dare is, so let me fill you in real quick. Ludum Dare is a game jam, and if you don't know what a game jam is, it's basically a game-making event where you have 48 hours to make a game based on a theme that's released at the start of the jam. For this specific jam, the theme was Start With Nothing, and I started out with high expectations, so I guess you could say I already failed. I imagined a game where the player loses all their stuff and they have to go on an epic adventure to try and get all their shit back home and, bring all their stuff back. They interact with NPCs, pick up items, tons of complicated systems that you're not supposed to make in a game jam. I still really liked my idea and I decided to go with it. I was planning on each item having a specific rarity to increase the replayability so that you can go back and collect the rarest items. Then you can be the absolute coolest kid at school for having the rarest items in a random Ludum Dare game that no one's gonna play. The problem with this game is since it's fundamentally an RPG, I can't really go my usual route of using various geometric shapes layered with post-processing effects for art. I have to make real art this time. I've never tried pixel art before, so this will be quite the challenge. I purchased a program called Aspirite, booted it up, and made this little dude. It's not much, but I'm still pretty proud of my little dude. I'm sure some of you are pixel art experts, so please don't judge my little dude. He's important to me, okay? You'll hurt my feelings. I wanted a walking animation for the little dude, so I figured out how to do animation in Unity and ended up with this. I'm practically ready to work for Pixar. It was time to get to some actual game mechanics, so for the next 2 hours I worked on a dialogue system, an item system, and my first NPC interactions. Feeling really pumped and ahead of schedule, I decided to go to bed and hit the sack. Or is it hit the sack and go to bed? Or what's the... I don't know the term, but I hit something. I woke up, made a quick breakfast, and immediately got to work. I finished up the art for the player's house, added a carrot that's important for some reason, I don't know why I'm telling you, but I am. Then I worked on the troll's super scary cave.
One more thing
I added was a slime NPC with another cool animation that I'm kind of proud of. I've honestly spent my time learning game development being really afraid of anything to do with animations / making any art. I was just super scared I'd be bad at it, and now that I've tried it, I didn't know it'd be so much fun. It really makes me feel like I'm not a fraud and that I'm actually making real games. I mean, I know I'm not making real games and I'm a giant fraud, but what matters is how I feel on the inside. While trying to come up with ideas for the game, I had a eureka moment. What if some of the items you picked up could give you special abilities? This opens up a ton of doors for gameplay possibilities. The first thing I thought of was a bow, so I got to work on that. I used the same system for the bow that I use for guns in another game I'm developing, aptly titled Block Game. It wasn't that hard to rework for a bow and I got everything running smoothly pretty quickly. Since I hadn't created an arrow yet, I used the slime as a placeholder for the arrow, which just looked fucking amazing. I then added an actual arrow and betrayed the very same slime I had grown to love. Rest in peace, Gerald. Namaste. I got tired of looking at my shitty little test scene, so I started working on some grass and dirt tiles. In the end, I ended up with this, which is pretty cute. I didn't have a background yet. I was planning on adding a cool sunset parallax later. Spoiler warning, I ran out of time and didn't do that. I woke up with absolutely no confidence, scared that I wouldn't finish in time. Since I had only added 3 items so far, I realized that there's no way in a million years, well, I guess there's a way in a million years, but there's no way in 6 hours that I could add 17 more items. I cut down the scope of my game to only about 7 items, but there was still a severe lack of content. So I set up another area, this time the area for the slime cave, which is guarded by Big Boy Slime. In the slime cave, you can find a baby slime item, which gives you the ability to jump. And when I say jump, I mean jump. I bet your vertical isn't even close to that Michael Jordan, you piece of shit. I apologize. I'm sorry, Michael Jordan. You could whip my ass in basketball, and just whip my ass in general. In all honesty, most people can whip my ass. Then I made a super scary pitch black room with a secret prize at the end of it. I'll let you play the game to figure out what that is. After that, I actually had my first good idea. I know, that can happen. The current way the game works is when you get an item, you bring it back to your house, you take it over to a workbench, and then boom, it goes in an item frame. Now, I can make this a little more interesting. So I added a dad NPC. Now you may say, oh Kai, did you add a dad NPC because your real father left you 12 years ago to get cigarettes and now you have serious daddy issues and you want him to come back home so you make him in a video game pretend it's your real dad? Yes, you're absolutely right. At the beginning of the game, the dad will tell you the mechanics of the game, how to play, basically kind of like a little tutorial, and then if you bring him an item, he'll store it in a frame, tell you its rarity, and finally love you again. I now only had about 3 hours left, and I was starting to get scared. There was no music or sound effects in the game yet, and I still felt like there was a serious lack of content. There's only one solution to all this. Giant floating monkey head. I was a little panicky at this point, but I didn't feel too bad. I had 3 hours left to add music and sound effects, so everything should be fine. Nothing's gonna go wrong now, right? I decided to do a quick test build of my game just to make sure everything was working properly, but something went wrong. The build ended up taking over an hour and over 80 gigabytes on my main drive. During this time, I was scrambling to clear stuff off my drive fast enough for Unity to eat up all the space. I even started to delete applications like the Epic Game Store. Not that I play Fortnite. I would never play Fortnite, that's gay. Oh, the camera needs to go up. It is 1 hour before the submission period for Ludum Dare. And my game has been building for 40 minutes. I don't know why it's taking so goddamn long to build, but it is. I don't even have audio in the game yet. I just want to do a quick build and then play it and then just see how everything's working. But it's been 40 minutes. It's still building, and I don't even have audio in the game. Unity just crashed. It completely just kaput, just stopped, just like, I'm done, out, I'm fucked. You know, I've seen other Ludum Dare videos, and there's always that like tension right at the end where the person in the video is having a lot of problems, and I always kind of think they're over-exaggerating and they're making it really bad, and they're like, oh, you know, it's not that bad, it's just a mini little problem. Like, can all these people really be getting this many blue screens? It's all true. I never thought it would happen to me. I was gonna wake up 3 hours earlier than I usually do and like do a lot of extra work, but I'm like, I don't need to. That's not gonna be needed. You know, I can get the stuff done. No, it was needed. I would be. After that debacle, I only had about half an hour left to work on the game. Absolutely no time to make music. Instead, I made some quick sound effects in a sound effect randomizing program called SFXR. I threw those into the project with minutes to spare, added a pause menu, a background, and done! You're allowed an extra hour after the jam to submit your game, so I went outside and took a much needed 20-minute break. I came back inside feeling much better, uploaded my game to itch.io, submitted it to Ludum Dare, and was just done. I was finally free and done. Oh, fuck me. If you want to play the game, the link's down there somewhere. Please play it, let me know what you think. This is the first game that I've kind of released, and yeah, it was a fun experience. I'd just like to thank y'all so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for the support. We hit 69 subscribers, which is just awesome. It's like my favorite number in the alphabet. So have a great day. Thank you for watching. Toodles!